Hello, kia ora, I'm Philip Duncan. Thanks for joining us. Well, we've got a lot of rain on the way for the west coast and some pretty high temperatures for the inland parts of the South Island, while others have cloud. And while the nights are warm, the days not as warm as you might expect, especially considering some of the dramatic headlines in the media at the moment. So let's take a look and see what's going on. We've got this northerly flow coming down. That's about to produce more rain for the west coast. A rain event's coming for you. It starts tonight. It peaks Friday, Saturday and Sunday. It's a 3-day rain event with over 300 millimetres coming. So we'll talk about that in a moment. The other factor, we've got the warm winds going down the country. Now, I just mentioned the dramatic headlines in the media talking about this scorching summer, but what they're missing and failing to get into the details on, that places like Auckland, with, well over 1.5 million people, have got a lot of cloud at the moment. So does Christchurch, so does Tauranga, Whangarei, many eastern areas in the country, and that's typical of a La Nina summer. These winds along here and these winds up here producing a lot of cloud. Finally, this map is also showing the humidity, relative humidity tonight, this evening, New Zealand time, or late afternoon Australian time, and the bright blue areas show the higher humidity, so you can certainly see New Zealand's going to be feeling that warmth tonight, but warmer nights with the cloud also caps the heat the next day and means that some of you don't have a very hot day. So this is how it's looking as we get into the rain. This is the next 5 days rainfall, but as I said, the bulk of it starts tonight, Thursday night, and goes right through until Sunday afternoon or evening. So there are some areas here, it might be very hard to see on our screen, but there are some areas here that are going to be getting up and over 300 millimetres of rain. Most of the west coast, most of this blue shaded area is in the 200 to 300 millimetre mark. So let's say 250 millimetres. You go further north into the more populated areas, that's the good news. Places like Westport, which of course had that big flooding earlier this year, forecast to have around about 100 to 125 millimetres in that area. It's still a fair amount, could still be some slips and flooding and maybe some roads affected. So keep an eye on that this weekend, but the bulk of the rain will be down around Hokitika southwards. There'll also be some heavy rain around Taranaki, could be 80 or 90 millimetres falling there over the next few days ahead. So let's get into the forecast. You can see that rain here on Friday sliding in, partially coming out of the subtropics. That's the reason why it's got a bit of extra energy to it. And in the North Island, more of those cloudy, drizzly areas, a lot of cloud around. So that will remove some of the heat from the day. It won't be making it a scorcher for everyone. But if you want hot weather, Waikato, especially South Waikato and down towards King Country, most likely to be the hottest. And in the South Island's interior, you'll be up to 8 degrees above average. So that's where the heat will really be on Friday. As we go into Saturday, that rain continues on the west coast and it starts to move in now to the western side of the North Island. It's pretty patchy though the further north you get. Rainfall totals are much lower. There'll be a mixture of drizzle, dry spells, and the odd downpour, the 3 Ds. And that's very normal with a La Nina summer. So plenty of cloud cover up here. By the way, Aucklanders, very warm at the moment overnight. 19 degrees was the overnight low last night. We'll be seeing more of that coming up. So pretty hot for sleeping. But here's the point. The cloud also stops the heat during the day. So you wake up, it's around 19 degrees, but you might only warm up to around 22 or 23. Wellingtonians are used to that in winter. Daytime and nighttime temperatures in winter in Wellington are quite often very similar. So Auckland in a La Nina summer can quite often have that as well. So this is how we look on Saturday. By the time we get to Sunday, still the same story in the north. Still getting that patchy rain, drizzle patches, dry spells, and the odd isolated downpour in the afternoon. Rain continues on the west coast. Heavy falls again because now we've got a cold front coming out of the Southern Ocean, meeting those northerlies and producing another burst of heavy rain. Also some strong winds. That'll push up your temperatures along the eastern side of both islands. That's where we'll see some hot weather coming through. Now next week on Monday, the cold front comes through into the North Island. Falls apart though because the high pressure, 1030 hectopascals down here, that is smothering the front from behind it, and the other high on the other side also doing the same. So this will fall right apart, which means it'll be another day of cloud, drizzle. This is why we're pushing back on the headlines saying this is all a scorcher, because it's not. It might be down here in the South Island though, once that high rolls through and the sun starts to come back out again. And then Tuesday next week, La Nina easterlies are back in control For the north, more cloud, more humidity, puts a cap again on the daytime highs, but lifts up your overnight lows. And further down in the South Island, I think we'll be seeing some more hot weather during the day, especially inland with those northerlies and high pressure. So it's good to know where the scorching weather will be. It's not nationwide. Not everyone will get it. In fact, I'm a little disappointed that the mainstream media were quite sort of lazy with the journalism, saying that, we're in for this big scorching summer, when half of New Zealand's population may disagree a little bit with that because of the extra cloud and humidity. But we've got more time to go. We're only just getting to the start of summer. And by the way, to get more details about what is happening this summer, please do check out our Climate Watch video. We go into quite big detail about that and explain where we think the hottest weather will be, where the wet weather will likely be. And we cover December, January and February as well. And also La Nina, we think it'll fade out around February, March. We've got the latest details on that, all in our Climate Watch video. That is all from me for today. Thanks for your support. We'll see you tomorrow, Friday, with our final update as we go into the weekend.